I, like everyone, am so excited for this series. What are you most excited for people to see in it?
The amount of work that's gone into it. I mean, selfishly, what's unique about how we're doing it is that every episode is like its own movie. That the denseness of the text can be a little more faithfully transcribed to the screen, and that you can be immersed in these worlds, and the amount of work and detail that's gone into it because of the nature of the format. You're going to be able to really luxuriate in and get lost in.
What do you think, like, fans of Lord of the Rings might be surprised to learn about the actual making of the Rings of Power?
Probably the level of collaboration that's gone into it, because I mean it makes sense that the scale of it is huge. It makes sense that the amount of work that's gone into it has been tireless. But there's still, what was surprising to me is that on the day of filming, there was something a bit independent film guerrilla style. Everyone's standing around trying to figure out how to milk every bit of magic out of these scenes, and that was surprising to me. And I think you'll be able to really tell, because it's what Tolkien did well. He created these vast universes and creatures and languages, but it at the core of it, it's the battle between good versus evil and the intricacies of these relationships. And JD and Patrick have helped us stay true to that. I think that will be surprising. I mean, the scale of it is going to be gobsmacking, but also the poignancy of the relationships is going to be moving and entertaining.
Obviously, without spoilers, which episode is your favorite and why?
Probably the first one, because it's going to be the first time you meet Gil-galad, selfishly, that it is the establishing episode, naturally, where we're learning the vocabulary, the visual vocabulary of the series, and it'll be, everyone's just going to have this nervous release of, okay, here we go, we're going on this journey. It's the first step, and after that, like Tolkien's books, it just cascades like a snowball.
Do you have a favorite moment from the Lord of the Rings movies?
I like that time Sam sings that song about Gil-galad.
Good answer. I like that. One of the things is that Lord of the Rings has been popular for decades, generations. What do you think it is about the material that has resonated with so many people for so long?
The quintessential conflict between good and evil. It's something that I feel like Tolkien understood, the inevitable rise of evil and the constant vigilance that is required to protect peace. That there's never a moment of rest. And that's where progress exists, in the friction between the two.
Which of your friends and family freaked out the most when you were cast?
Wife was pretty excited. she's over the moon. And also it's nice that I think she's proud, which is a nice feeling that she's she's seen the amount of work that's gone into it. And for so many people involved, it is required such personal sacrifice, whether it's moving your family around the world multiple times, whether it's being apart for long periods of time. It's really going to pay off, and she's been nothing but encouraging.
I don't think a lot of people realize what it really takes to pull something of this scale and scope off. How many months of filming, the hours, what really goes on behind the scenes.
My first day on set, there was something like 300,000 hand-painted gold leaves on the ground. I mean, individually painted, like leaves, unique little constellations of life that someone has researched and tested and had multiple iterations and meetings about the color of the leaf, the size of the leaf, the health of the tree that the leaf fell from, the ground that the leaf landed on. And now here I am walking on the set, and they're perfectly placed, and the place is alive with the love and detail and effort that has gone into it. That's the amount of care that Tolkien took in his writings. It's humbling, but also the bare minimum that it be how we approach making the series.
My last thing for you, Jay Baeon directed the first 2 episodes. Can you talk a little bit about collaborating with him and like what he brought to the series that you loved?
A bravery and an endless amount of energy. The man can just ping pong all over the place. And he is an inspiration in that sense, that he's constantly looking to be surprised by the visual aspect of it, by a performance. And he also does a thing that I've never had a director do. He plays music constantly. And I don't mean like his iPod shuffle. I mean, like he's got a specific song that will play in between setups or in between takes. And it's usually a film score. But what it does is, on a deeply subconscious level, it kind of unifies the work that's going on. Everyone can kind of get an idea of how he's imagining the scene going. And even in the downtime when you're not shooting, you're still kind of in that reality. And it's because he's playing this music. I loved that, because oftentimes, you go to the craft service table, you're having a cookie, the kind of air goes out. And he didn't allow that. And that's something I'll take with me on every job from here on out.
On that note, I need to wrap. I'm just going to say congrats on being part of the series. Cannot wait to watch all 8 episodes.
Thanks, man. Good to see you again.